Alright, so last week I spoke to you guys about a lady who had millions of naira stolen from a Cowrywise stash account. So this week there's an update on the matter, so let's talk about it. Alright, so if you've not watched that video, I'm going to have a link to the video at the top corner of your screen, so you can just go ahead and watch that video, come back to this video, and let's get started. So just like last week, I'm going to be reading it from my phone. So if you want to read about it, go to my description and you'll see a link to the threads. On April 16 and April 23rd, 2020, funds were transferred out from Funmi's Cowrywise account without her knowledge. Her correct personal credentials were used to access account on two different occasions. So this is what I was talking about last week, with it being somebody that actually knew her details to her account. So Cowrywise is basically just saying the same thing here. On April 17th, Funmi made a withdrawal from her Cowrywise account using the same credentials and confirmed the receipt of the withdrawal notification in her email account. The case was reported to us on April 27, 2020, and we swung into action. Restrictions were immediately placed on the two suspected accounts. Between April and May, the account holders wrote mandates for fund reversals. However, these were not immediately honored by the banks, and which led to a further drag of resolution. This is what I was talking about yesterday, that Cowrywise actually went to the bank and then the banks didn't suspect or didn't see the people who actually withdrew the money or the person who actually withdrew the money as fraudulent. So that's what we're just explaining here. Thankfully, 4 months of work have finally paid off. As of today, we are glad to announce that the case has been resolved and the funds have been credited to Funmi from the concerned account. We empathize with Funmi for being a victim of this unfortunate event. We do, however, acknowledge that throughout the course of this investigation, we failed to keep Funmi properly informed of progress as much as we should have and address her ongoing concerns. We remain highly committed to the security of you, our customers, their funds and their information, and we will always have your back. So basically, in here also they have a link to the press release. So if you want to click there, I'm also going to have the link below, so you can go straight to the press release and see the official statement. But basically, this is just a thread. So anyways, guess what I just have to say about this. One thing I've noticed from this, right, and this is something that's very prevalent in, I wouldn't really want to say it's unique to the Nigerian customer service system. They don't tend to do anything, or they kind of tend to not keep you updated. Like the second to the last paragraph here, basically what they were actually saying, they were even acknowledging that they didn't actually keep her properly informed on what was actually going on the progress, right? Because most of the time in cases like this, or cases like anything, right, you send an email or you send a message to the party or to the company, right, and then they just we are working on it, and then you don't get any updates from them and you don't actually get anything. So basically it took her to actually come to Twitter and then rant about it before they actually started getting a move on and started letting her know what was actually going on. And who knows if they were even really doing anything about it, because miraculously something of 4 months basically has been resolved now, right? It took her to actually come to Twitter and then make a noise about it before Cowrywise stepped into action and be like, oh, okay, yes, we've already solved the matter. But then again, it might just be that, yes, it did actually take 4 months, but Cowrywise should have definitely kept her informed and let her know what was actually going on, so that this matter would have been, at least she wouldn't actually have to come here to actually talk about it. At least she will be informed, because I felt that was actually the problem in the first place. But however, the money has been refunded back to her and she's happy right now. Cowrywise is happy, right? And also, it's quite interesting that Funmi actually made a withdrawal on the same account just a day after the hacker had withdrawn some money, and she didn't even still notice it, because it says here that she made a withdrawal on the 17th and the hacker actually stole money, or the thief actually stole money a day before on the 16th. So I'm kind of surprised that she didn't notice it. But however, the hacker stole money on 2 occasions, on the 16th and on the 23rd. So, but regardless of this, actually, I'm just going to tell you guys this, right? Something very simple to keep your account safe, right? So what you need to do to avoid something like this, so you'll not be a Funmi of tomorrow, you should actually keep your password safe, keep your password secured. And if you can, don't use the same password that you use or the same PIN that you do use in your ATM, because it's just 4 digits. Because most people, or some people, do tell people their ATM passwords a lot, right? So if you tell people your ATM password a lot, this is most likely going to be you, because after the person have already figured out your login detail, your Cowrywise stash pin is basically just 4 digits, and your ATM pin is also 4 digits. So you should, in things like this, you should always want to make the password different to this. Although Cowrywise has made a restriction right now on Cowrywise stash, and I think it's actually a good one. So right now you can only transfer money from your stash to a BVN linked account. Basically what I'm just trying to say is that you can only transfer money to your account. So because your bank account only has your BVN linked to it, so any of your bank accounts which has the same BVN as what you have on Cowrywise, then you can transfer money to it. But if you want to transfer to any other account, it won't work. So I think that's actually a good thing they did. But still, do not use the same password as what you use on your ATM, because a lot of people do this, and if you tell people your ATM passwords, they basically know your Cowrywise stash pin. And that's very important, guys. Alright guys, like I said, if you want to read on it, links are also going to be in the description below, and the link to the original video is also going to be in the description below or in the top right corner of your screen. For more videos like this, click on the subscribe button below and click on the notification bell right next to it. I release new videos every Wednesdays and Fridays, and you'll be the first to be notified when that happens. Alright guys, that's it for this video, and I will see you guys next week. Cheers.
Ryan Little.